My name is Nick Martin. I play guitar in the band D.R.U.G.S.
And I know in the past you've been in other projects. Some more notably, some people might know you from Underminded. I know that's where you and I met.
Yep.
You were also in Cinematic Sunrise.
Yep.
Isles and Glaciers.
Yep. It's a lot of bands.
That is a lot of bands.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I don't know. What's going on with those projects?
As for like Cinematic Sunrise and Isles and Glaciers, those are kind of in the past, kind of buried at this point. We were talking about doing some Isles and Glaciers stuff. Actually, wait, there is some Isles and Glaciers stuff going on. But I'm not allowed to talk about it. But there's the scoop right there on that. Yeah. As for Underminded, it's very possible something might happen this year. I've spoken to everybody in the band. You know, we're all on better terms now than we kind of were in the past. And you know, I got some time coming up that I'll have off, and we might do some stuff. So
with Underminded, what lineup could we expect to see out of that?
All the originals. Well, the originals from the last record, from 11/11. So it'd be Tanner, Matt, Yobs, and Brandon. Maybe another guitarist, but we haven't figured it out yet.
But probably not Maddie.
I'd like to have Maddie back. He knows that.
I'd like to have Maddie back.
Yeah.
So,
Big good times. Yeah.
How old were you when you first started playing music?
Started playing guitar and writing when I was around 12, 13 years old.
And what made you want to start playing? Like, what influenced you the most?
It was...
Besides the typical, hey, I want to impress a girl.
I kind of realized in like my early teens that I was inspired by tons of music growing up. You know, it was Motown music, it was Bob Dylan, it was, you know, and then obviously like Metallica, Nirvana, all that kind of stuff. I think I just wanted to emulate that, you know, and I wanted to try to be as good as those people, even though I'll never be as good, but that was what inspired me. It was like I wanted to see if I could ever do that. So I haven't stopped since, I guess.
So compared to where you were at musically when you were younger to where you're at now, you're 29 now?
Yep.
Yeah. What bands inspire you now? Like what modern bands do you draw influences from?
It's hard. I mean, I love this this guy from Australia named D.R.U.G.S. It's awesome. Listening to Let Live. I think they're like the first like hardcore band in the past like 5 years that have like really stuck out and kind of doing their own thing. I'm inspired by that, you know. It gives, I don't know, it gives some sort of hope to this genre of music, you know. It's not all kind of watered down, shitty metal bands anymore. There's some bands that still have some integrity, so it's good to see that, you know.
When you guys first got D.R.U.G.S together, and when Craig first approached you about it, what made you want to join the band, and what were your guys' goals that you wanted to set when this band started?
I felt like when we first started jamming, because we started talking the day he got booted from Chiodos, so it wasn't like let's start a band and see what happens. The only thing he said was, let's just write. I just want to like get stuff off my mind. I want to like, you know, try to explore new things. Like just help me, you know. So that's what we did. It was like therapy for both of us. Really, it was like let's just write. Nothing, you know, no ideas, no set goals for what we want to do. Let's just write and have fun. And then, I mean, that just like spawned within like 2 weeks of jamming. All of a sudden, it was like labels and management companies and booking agencies were all coming at us, and that was it, you know. So it kind of just like happened because we didn't really want that in the first place, but this is kind of what came to be, I guess.
How did you guys make the decision to go with the lineup that you guys decided on originally with Aaron and Matt and Adam, with people that were in notable, you know, bands once before? How did you guys get in contact with them? Did you? I mean, were you? I know you were friends with Matt previously because you knew him from Warped Tour.
Yeah, but I thought he was a total asshole.
Yeah.
I didn't want him in the band. But I mean, I don't know. We didn't. It wasn't like we tried to build like the super group thing. We weren't like, let's try to get as many big names or people from other bands as possible. It was like it happened really. It was super smooth. It was like we weren't really trying to reach out all that much. It was kind of, you know, our friends would say, oh, you should talk to so-and-so. I know he's been talking about you guys starting a project. You know, you should hit him up. And that's how all that happened, you know. It was like that with Aaron. Like, right when we got Crush Management, they were like, oh, we know this guy named Aaron. He's a great drummer. He's looking for a gig, and he just happened to be Stern. And then Matt Good hit us up on Twitter as a joke. He was like, if you guys know the guitar player, man, hit me up. And we were like, all right. So we hit him up. It was like, it was that easy, and that kind of, it was really weird. But that's what happened, you know.
It just all kind of just fell into place.
Yeah.
Also.
Yep.
So, you've been, let me think here. You've been touring since you were, what, 19, right? Underminded did their first tour, like...
First, like, legit touring, I guess, was around 18 or 19.
Yeah, 18 or 19. So, I mean, you've been on tour for a long time. What's, you know, why do you keep doing this? Like, what is
I don't know why I keep doing it.
What is it that you love about touring, you know, above anything else?
I mean, it's just the entertainment value. It's like just going on stage and like having kids being so receptive and so just like responsive and like loving what you do so much, like you don't want to give that up. It's like even if there's only like Underminded days, like even if there was 5 kids there, but all 5 kids loved it, it makes you want to keep on doing it, you know? So I think it's that drive of knowing that your art is being respected, it's being listened to, and kids like take it to heart, you know? It's like they kind of like live vicariously through it, and that's inspiring. It's like insanely motivating from my end, at least, so I keep on wanting to do this. It's definitely harder as I get older. You know, when you're younger, when you're 19, it's like you want to leave home. You want to get away and you want to experience the world. And now that I've done that for 10 years, it's taxing on like my body, like mentally, physically, emotionally, you know, but at the end of the day, when you get to play awesome shows and there's the reception that you get, you don't want to give that up. It's kind of like a drug. I'm addicted, man.
So far, what do you feel like the best tour that D.R.U.G.S has done? Like, what do you feel like's been your best tour? What's been the most fun band that you guys have been out with that you really enjoyed the most?
Love touring with Conditions. Those guys were awesome. That was actually probably my favorite tour we've done. It was right when the record came out, and we were co-headlining with Black Veil Brides.
That was the AP tour, right?
Yeah, it was kind of this mystery. We didn't know if it was going to go over well. We didn't know if kids were going to buy our record. We just were super nervous, and we were co-headlining. It was like we were on the cover of AP, and it was like, wow, like we have to step up and hope to God that kids will be receptive to what we're doing.
That was the first big tour you guys had done, because previously that you'd only done the Ice Set to Kill one, right?
Yeah, we did like a quick 2-week run without a record out, without anything out. We just did it just to do it. Yeah. So this was like our first legit tour with a record out, you know, doing full US, part of Canada, all that stuff. So it was a very nerve-wracking situation, but it was insane. All the shows were amazing.
Did you feel like there was added pressure from that, since there wasn't a whole lot of, you guys really hadn't had a whole lot of press out yet? You know, it wasn't like where you'd go out. I mean, obviously, you know, Craig had just come from Chiodos, so I know you guys were probably hoping that that was going to bring some things, but to basically have the lineup that you have, knowing that you have quality musicians, but you're essentially starting from scratch and going out and co-headlining alongside a band like Black Veil Brides, who's already established. I mean, did you guys feel like there was a lot of added pressure there?
There was pressure, and I think there was more pressure that we were coming off as a hype band. Like, I felt like we had done an amazing job with promoting ourselves before the record came out, before that tour started, and then it was like, well, now we have to step up or else we're gonna look like fucking idiots. So, you know, I think, but, you know, what's life without pressure? I mean, that's like what you like feed off of, that's like what you get inspired by, and what you get motivated by to kick some fucking ass. So we went out on that tour and we fucking killed it. And that was like that, it like put that foundation under us of like, we can fucking do this. Like, no one's gonna stand in our way, and we're gonna kill it. And so it's, you know, it was definitely, that tour was very defining for us, I guess, as a band, for sure.
Is there any band right now, like, you really want to tour with that you guys are hoping to get out on the road with?
I mean, thinking on like big terms, I would love to tour with a band like Muse or like Linkin Park, even like something like that. But on a scale of like where we're at now, I mean, I love Let Live. I would tour with that band nonstop and watch them every night 'cause I think they're fucking brilliant. I don't know. I don't like new bands. I don't like music. So I'd rather just tour by ourselves. I'm being a total asshole to us. No, I don't know. I mean, even on this tour, it's like we want to do tours that are eclectic. We want it with as many different bands as possible, as many different genres, and keep it as widespread as possible. You know.
What are you guys? What's your immediate plans for the summer? Like, do you guys have anything?
As of right now, we're just gonna take some time off after this tour. Obviously, a lot has happened in the past few months with label stuff and obviously band member stuff, and it's not necessarily negative stuff. It's just stuff that we need to we have to sit down and really focus what we're doing. So this summer will probably just be writing, recording, probably, hopefully. That's kind of the tentative plan right now.